So I was like, what about the case? I didn't press charges or anything, and I know that he's going to court. So what about the case? She was like, well, I just wanted to inform you that it's going to be September 21st, and we need you to testify. I was like, I don't want to testify. I don't want to do that. She's like, well, in order for him to be tried, we're going to need you to testify. We're going to need you to get on the stand. And I'm just like, nope, I'm not testifying. And I hung up the phone. And I know y'all are probably wondering, like, why? That was your out. That wasn't my out. That wasn't. Because I was still living with him. So if I got the notification, if they called me to tell me that I need to testify, don't you think somebody reached out to him to tell him that I'm going to be testifying? Like, yeah. I kid you not. By the time I got off work and got home, when he came home that night, he sat down on the couch. Was like, so did you get a call today? I'm like, a call from who? I was like, I called my sisters to like let them know everything that was going on and that, I hadn't talked to my mama. So I got that call. He was like, not that. We're going to get back to that. But no, did you get a call about the trial? And I was like, yeah, somebody called me. Some lawyer called me telling me that I needed to testify and that if I don't testify that the charges are going to be dropped. He was like, I got that same call from my state appointed attorney letting me know that I have a witness in my case and the witness was you. And I was like, well, I told the attorney that I didn't want to testify because I don't want to testify. And in my mind, I'm thinking this is the exact reason why I didn't want to tell them that I wanted to testify, because I'm living with you. Like, you find out that I'm testifying against you while I'm living there. We still got a whole month before the court hearing. Like, what? No. I'm trying to make it out of this alive, like no. So he's sitting there. So it's like, so you're not gonna go and say that you lied? I'm like, D, I'm just not gonna show up at all. He's like, but you could get on the stand and say that you lied. Why not just get on the stand and say that you lied? I'm like, D, I'm not showing up at all. If I get on the stand and say that I lied, and then knowing that I didn't lie, and they find out later, like, the whole police report was done. I called 911. Like, 911 was called. It was called. He was like, oh, so you did call 911. And my mom like, fuck, I didn't tell him that I called 911. I told him that somebody else called 911. Like, fuck, I'm getting myself fucked. I'm like, no, I didn't mean I mean someone called 911. And he just looked at me. He was just like, on the report it said that you called 911. I was like, I didn't call 911. D, I'm just, look, I'm dealing with this brain bleed and tumor right now. My mama not talking to me. So I'm just like, look, this is the last thing I need. He's just like, what you mean your mama not talking to you? I'm like, look, she does not want to talk to me or have anything to do with me right now because she feels like you are the cause of the tumor. He's like, how the fuck I caused the goddamn tumor? And in my mind, I'm just like, when I have my follow-up appointment with the doctor, I'll be able to know exactly where this tumor came from and how long it's been there. But for right now, D, just like I don't know. Right now, it's a lot going on. I'm like, I got a headache right now. Like, I got a headache. I just want to lay down. Like, I'm not going to be there at court to testify against you. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Just do your thing. Just do your thing. And he was just like, so what about the website? Because at this time, like, we're at the end of August, and Anytime Fitness, his job is closing at the end of October. So we're getting the ball rolling, everything with DC Ultra Fitness. Like, we're trying to get the photo shoots out the way, set up the website, and all of this. So I'm just like, what you need me to do? He was like, have you been working on that website? I told you I needed a website. And I was like, well, I've been looking into how to make a website. You know, I don't know how to make a website. I ain't never had to make a website. He was like, well, figure it out. Figure it out. I've been looking into this nutrition. Let me tell you, like the plan that I'm thinking about with the nutrition. So then he gave me the rundown on like how he want to structure like the meals for people when they come in for the nutrition. And then we talked about pricing. And he wanted me at that moment, with me having a headache and all, to sit there and start working on a website. Building a website, and I had no clue. No, not an ounce of clue, like what it takes to build a website. And I'm just like, with all this news dropping on me today, I gotta sit here and build a website. Figure out how to build a website. With my head hurting the way that it is when I just want to lay down. So as I'm sitting up there trying to research how to start building a website, I'm just like, D, I got a real bad headache, like a bad one. He was like, well, smoke. Like, here, you wrote this here, smoke. Like, I don't want to smoke and have to work. I'm like, I want to sleep. And I'm like, and I still got to go to work tomorrow. Like, can I please just do some research? Like, because I want to do it right for you. Like, look, can I just do this the right way for you? You know, I think better when I'm like rested a little bit and I done a little research. You telling me to put a website together and I don't even know the first thing about website building. So can I just start working on this tomorrow, please? Like, please. He looked at me and he just like, okay, Slim. All right. Okay. And I was like, thank you. And I laid down. When I woke up the next morning, I talked to my neurologist, set up my follow-up appointment to come in with him and for him to go over everything. When I went to that appointment, he informed me that it was a traumatic tumor. Like, I forgot the technical like word that he used for it, but it was a traumatic one. And he wanted to get like EEG done on my brain while I'm asleep and awake to see how the tumor is reacting to frequencies and all of that. And also they wanted like get everything measured and all that. And I'm just like, okay, got to go back for my tests, do this. And I'm just like, okay, so am I going to have surgery or anything? Because like I was starting to research brain tumors and like the stuff that happens with brain tumors. Am I going to have surgery? He was like, depending on where it's sitting, we'll see if we need to surgically remove it, or if we need to if you would have to undergo treatment to shrink it if we're not able to remove it. And I'm just like, all right, okay, so what does that look like? He's like, well, we're gonna see as soon as you get all these other scans done and we get more information on like how the tumor is reacting, how big it is, and like everything else. And I'm just like, okay, all right. So we set up that appointment. Right now we're in September and I got King registered for school. I was able to get him registered for school under Dee's name because we still had that court order saying that Dee wanted to legitimize King, even though he did not want to go through the process. We still had that in writing that he was trying to legitimize King, so I was able to use that to get him registered for school. We didn't register him in the district that we lived in. We registered him in the district that his dad lived in because they had a better school, and that's the school that Jackson was going to. And I did not want to take Jackson out of that school because he had already been in that school for the last 2 years. So I wanted to keep him in that school. But got King registered. I put my name on the paperwork. Well, I had to put Dee's name on the paperwork because, you know, he's the father. But I made sure I put my name on the paperwork and established some sort of relationship with his teacher so that she can know that I'm his mom. Like, I let her know that I wasn't his biological mom, but that I am married to his dad, so that, like, she would just treat me like, all right, that's mom. So got King registered in school.